to the next episode of our WWE 2K16 Universe Mode, and this, which is going to be the Cruiserweight Championship title tournament. Now, I will say as this video begins that there will be no Universe footage in this video. This video is simply just to crown our first Cruiserweight Champion moving into our Universe Mode. So there you can see the brackets on the screen. We have Tyler Breeze taking on Xavier Woods, Cara taking on Tyson Kidd, Heath Slater taking on Neville, and Kofi Kingston taking on Kalisto. So without further ado, let's get straight into our first of the first round matches. And here is the first of our first round matches. It's going to be Tyler Breeze taking on Xavier Woods. And here we go. And like I said with a lot of my videos, I'm going to skip all the entrances until we get up to our main event here this evening. The big final to crown our first Cruiserweight Champion going into our WWE 2K16 Universe Mode. Now, having Tyler debut on the main roster a couple of weeks ago was absolutely perfect for me because it's helped us gain an extra member in this Cruiserweight division. It's a bit more difficult with this one as well because obviously I've created this Gold Rush tournament to crown our first Cruiserweight Champion, and the game, of course, holds back several people because they're not classed as a Cruiserweight. You'd be amazed who is classed as a Cruiserweight in this game. Bo Dallas, who I was convinced was going to be a Cruiserweight, is not. Yet Santina Marella is classed on this game as a Cruiserweight. Not entirely sure why, but there you go. Luckily, we've got all these guys. The only person I did want to put in here was Bo Dallas, but I've replaced him with Tyler Breeze, which I'm more than happy with anyway. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting tournament. It's a new concept. Of course, WWE dropped the Cruiserweight Championship now a good few years ago, and I think it really helps us give a lot more of these guys lower down in the, not necessarily lower down the card, but the guys that are not going to be fighting for the Intercontinental and United States Championships, and of course the World Championship and WWE Championship. This is a way for them to get on the card a bit more and have a bit more relevance, which I really like the idea of. Plus, we can have some cracking matches in the process as well. We did do a random match recently between Adrian Neville and Kalisto, which was suggested by one of my good friends Perry. He wanted to see a bit of a Lucha Libre style match on the new game, and it was a cracking match. It was, and I'm assuming that this tournament is going to give us a lot more of the same action. Now, of course, Xavier Woods is going to be part of the New Day formation when we start our Universe Mode fully, but of course the New Day tag team is normally Kofi Kingston and Biggie Langston, so it'd be good for Xavier to have something he can do himself rather than just being a manager for those two. It'd be nice for him to have a championship which he can go for and defend, or even challenge for, but as well as Kofi Kingston can challenge for it as well. And that's a big one. I put my money on Neville to win this competition at the beginning, but thinking about it, Kofi Kingston has the championship experience, former Intercontinental Champion, so maybe he is a bit of a dark horse in this one. Snap suplex there by Xavier Woods. But you've got a lot of names. It's difficult to really say. I've got Neville down as my favourite to win this competition, but Tyson Kidd, Tyler Breeze, Cara, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, Kalisto, they're all very capable of winning it, and of course we've got Heath Slater in the competition as well. Hey. I quite like the idea of having Heath Slater. This is giving Heath Slater a place, something he can do. Heath Slater will be involved in a tag team as well, as suggested by Jay. Heath Slater will be part of a tag team with Jack Swagger, the All-American One-Man Rock Band, I think they're called. I'll have to double check my notes to make sure that was right. But I really like that idea, and of course Heath Slater will also be working on NXT as well, as will Tyler Breeze, Sin Cara, Kalisto, Tyson Kidd. All these guys will be working on the NXT roster as well. Be sure to keep an eye out for that. I will be uploading the NXT title tournaments this week as well. And then, of course, check out the channel next week. We'll be uploading a introduction episode after all the championship tournaments are done. We'll have a quick introduction episode just showing you the rosters that we've got set up, who the champions are, who the tag teams are, and things like that. And we'll start our normally weekly show. So if you're not overly interested in the championship tournaments, then don't worry. We'll be starting the normal weekly shows next week. And I will have that quick introduction episode just to let you know who won all of these tournaments. If you don't want to know who won all the tournaments, then don't watch the episode until you watch them all, I suppose. That seems like a wise thing to do, I suppose. Yeah. Tyson Kidd with a boot to the back of Xavier Woods. Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze is going to be a big part of our Universe Mode. He's going to be, like I said, involved in the Cruiserweight division here, as well as I think we can also get him involved in the United States and Intercontinental Championships at some point as well. There is a storyline that myself and Jay have been looking at, which would involve having him in the tag team division here in WWE for a while as well. We'll have to keep an eye out on that. And then, of course, he'll be main event in NXT Also, we're going to have the NXT Mid-Card Championship, something new we brought in. To keep an eye out for that, there'll be the NXT Television Championship, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. We will be uploading that championship tournament this week as well. And there's going to be a lot of scope for championships. Of course, I'm having the Mid-Card Championship mainly because my roster on NXT is going to be close to 50 people. So we really need to have a relevant spot for everybody on the card. We're going to have 6 matches on each show, which is going to help us get more people on the card. I think everyone's going to have 6 matches on the show, apart from Current Day Roster and Attitude maybe might have 7 matches, I think, because they're going to have... Well, Current Day Roster's got nearly... It's got nearly 60, 65 people on the roster, as has the Attitude Era as well, once I've got all the downloads I want. I've been trying to download Dean Malenko earlier, but it says I need to download the Terminator before I can have Dean Malenko. I don't know why. Dean Malenko Core must use something that comes with the Terminator character. I have got the code for the Terminator, I'm not really that interested in Terminator, to tell the truth. Xavier Woods. And a great combination there. Probably a bit too dressy. And I wonder whether these tournaments will go a bit quicker because the guys in the fights have got less resilience. I don't know whether that's going to make any difference or whether because they're fighting people with less power than we've seen in some of the WWE Championship tournaments, like the World Heavyweight and the WWE tournament. We've seen a lot of false finishes. And I don't know whether that's just because a lot of the guys in the top of the roster do have higher resilience and damage resistance. There's the beauty. Oh no, went for the beauty shot, but Xavier Woods caught it. Dropping Tyler Breeze down. Xavier Woods now middle of the ring. And there's that DDT on Tyler Breeze. And Xavier Woods of the New Day looks to be lining Tyler Breeze up. The referee seems to be in the way. That's going to be quite annoying, but Xavier Woods is setting Tyler Breeze up. And there's that big springboard clothesline. I forgot what that's called now. Is it like called Trouble in the Woods? I don't remember now. If you know what that move's called, then please let me know in the comment section below. I cannot honestly remember. And there's the big splash by Xavier Woods in for the pin. 1, 2. No, it's only a 2 count. Tyler Breeze manages to hold on in this one. Big clubbing blow to the back there by Tyler Breeze by Xavier Woods. Sorry, now Xavier sending Tyler into the corner. It's going to be interesting, as well, because there's a potential of a final in this tournament of Xavier Woods versus Kofi Kingston. Of course, it's going to involve a lot of things happening exactly the way they need to happen, which is not very likely. When you think there's guys like Neville and Kalisto and Tyson Kidd and Cara all in the way of these New Day guys, but there's a potential for that main event here this evening. Tyler Breeze cannot believe he's not picked up the victory already, just staring down Xavier Woods. And now Breeze with that quick snap suplex. He brings Woods back up to his feet. Went for the super kick, but Woods avoided it and catches Breeze from behind. And there's the Saito suplex by Xavier Woods on Tyler Breeze. And now just slamming the head of Tyler Breeze into the mat. Now the snap there on Breeze. And now there he is, locking in the chin lock. Xavier Woods slowing the pace of the match down now, taking control and just trying to slowly take Tyler Breeze apart. But Breeze slowly getting back up to his feet, and he does. Elbows to the stomach of Kofi Kingston. Xavier Woods, sorry. See, I mentioned this in my last video. It's so simple to be able to say someone's name, but I keep getting them bloody wrong all the time. Xavier Woods is setting Tyler Breeze up here. What's he got planned? There he is with that eat defeat. There it is, 1, 2, and 3, and Xavier Woods defeats Tyler Breeze here in the first round. A surprise victory there for me. I was expecting Tyler to make his way through in this one, but all credit to Xavier Woods. He deserves his victory, and it's nice to see Woods get a little bit of recognition here on this Universe mode. He's a guy I've been watching wrestle for a very long time. Of course, he was in TNA before he made his way to NXT. He was Consequences Creed, teamed up with Jay Lethal as the team Lethal Consequences. And at the moment, he's just sort of like the third wheel in the New Day faction for me. He's it always seems to be Big E and Kofi Kingston to get the matches. And I'd like to see Xavier Woods here in this Universe mode really take the ball by the horns and make a go at him himself. And if he was to walk out of this competition with the Cruiserweight Championship, he could really start to do that. See, there was a lot of damage each way. Big super kick there by Tyler Breeze on Xavier Woods. Wasn't enough to finish him off though. There's a Russian leg sweep by Xavier Woods. And there you see just setting Tyler Breeze up for that eat defeat, or it's not called, that's what Gail Kim calls it. I'm not quite sure what Xavier Woods calls it, to tell the truth. It's been a long time since I've seen Xavier Woods wrestle a singles match and actually hit a finisher. It's been that long that I've forgotten what all his moves are called. I'm sure one of them's called, like, is it Trouble in the Woods or something like that? Or I'm sure one of them's got a gaming reference to it as well. I'm not entirely sure, but we will be seeing Xavier Woods later on this evening. He'll be facing off against the winner of our next match in the semi-finals of this Cruiserweight Championship tournament. And here is that second first round match. It's going to be Sin Cara taking on Tyson Kidd. And here we go. Sin Cara and Tyson Kidd fighting out for the right to face off against Xavier Woods in the semi-finals of this Cruiserweight Championship tournament for the current day roster in our WWE 2K16 universe mode. And I have my favourites for this competition. I've already mentioned it a few times. I'm not really going to go into names, but my one that I think is going to win is Neville. That would be my my guess, and that is what Jay has guessed as well. I've already messaged him through a picture of the ranking, of the bracket, sorry, and instantly he messaged back and said that he thought that that this was going to be Neville's competition. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Of course, throughout some of the other competitions, we have had some surprise victories, so there's no reason why we couldn't see more here this evening. Kidd now bringing Sin Cara back up to his feet, but Sin Cara with that big uppercut. And of course, this is not the Sin Cara. I don't know if you guys know or not, but I'm pretty sure most of you probably will. This is not the Sin Cara, the original Sin Cara that signed with the WWE. That was Mr. C's, who has since returned back to AAA. He just he got a few too many injuries, I believe. It was just a bit too botchy, really. So they replaced him underneath the mask with the guy who used to wrestle in NXT called Hunico. And if you remember correctly, when Sin Cara first made his debut in WWE, they did this whole dodgy storyline of real Sin Cara versus fake Sin Cara. And this is actually the fake Sin Cara, believe it or not. So obviously the fake Sin Cara beat the real Sin Cara and got rid of him, essentially. It's quite a strange concept to really think about, really. But yeah, Sin Cara now being played by Hunico. Hunico used to team up, I think, with Camacho. Camacho, who's now actually wrestling in TNA under the name Mika. It's amazing how everyone just seems to float around, isn't it, really? And then, of course, Epico and Primo, who are also loosely involved with them two. Now, Diego and the other guy. Who's the other guy? Diego. I want to say Maradona, but it's obviously not Diego Maradona. You know what I mean? Los Matadors, that's who they are. Epico and Primo, Los Matadors, and we might do something with them at some point. Maybe bringing back Carlito, you never know. There's a lot of things we could do in this universe, man. I don't want to do everything too quickly. I want to save some of our good ideas for later on. We don't want to rush through and just power you full of all this information and different storylines. We want to save some for later on. We've had some great ideas. Jay's had some cracking ideas for some stables that we will be looking to create at some point. But I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to rush into them. We're going to slowly develop them and create a reason for them. We don't just want to throw these guys in the ring as a new stable for no apparent reason. You see Sin Cara there with that backdrop. And of course, we're still going to see a lot more of Tyson Kidd in these tournaments. Tyson's going to be involved in the tag team tournament here in the WWE alongside his partner Cesaro. He'll also be involved in the NXT tag team title tournament as well, and probably the new NXT Upper Mid-Card Championship, the TV title. He'll be one of the guys involved in that tournament as well, I believe. I'll have to see what happens with that one. That's one of the brackets I've not actually got written down yet. I did write a lot of the brackets out the other day when I was at work. I got a bit bored, you know. It's like when you're at work. It was a Friday afternoon, no one came in the office, so I just sat there for a bit and wrote my brackets out. I seem to have completely lost the bracket there for the NXT Upper Mid-Card Championship. I say there was only one person on that bracket anyway that I've written on there, and that was Paul Dempsey. I'll have to dig that one out. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting one as well. We're going to crown our first ever NXT television champion, that'll be. So keep an eye on that. I have got a link to all the playlists in the description below. Some of them might not work yet because I've not added any videos to them, but by the end of the week, hopefully they should all have plenty of videos in there. All of the title tournaments should be uploaded by... I'm going to give myself an extra couple of days. I'm going to say by the end of next weekend, all of the championship tournaments should be uploaded, and hopefully all the introduction videos as well. I do have week after next off, so I've got all this week at work, and then from Friday night onwards, I've got 10 days of just sheerly recording. I'm going to be doing a lot of the universe mode and all that sort of stuff, but I'll also be recording some Fallout 4 footage as well, because that comes out next Tuesday. So if you're interested in Fallout 4 as well, then keep an eye to this channel. We'll be uploading on release day, which should be fun. I'm really looking forward to Fallout 4. I really am. I'm going to be doing a bit of everything, really. Just I don't want to just destroy it by just overdoing it. Same with this game, really. I got this game on Thursday, believe it or not. I got it a day early for some reason, and I've been recording and playing it all of Friday nights, all day Saturday, and now all day today, which is Sunday. It's now 9 o'clock in the evening. I've been recording for 12 hours now. I recorded for nearly 20 hours yesterday, so I don't want to burn myself out too early, but I wanted to get as much uploaded for you guys as possible this first weekend. So you had a lot to watch and really get a feel for what this new game is all about. And it's a fantastic improvement from 2K15. It's still got its problems, don't get me wrong. There's still a couple of issues that I've seen, but I'm hoping 2K have seen those as well, and they will be fixing the odd bug here and there. And just a little bit of waiting as well. Some of the tag team matches are a bit strange, but hopefully that's not going to affect us too much as we go into our tag team championship tournament. That'll probably be uploaded tomorrow, because that's going to take me a lot longer to do that one, I think. Judging by how long it takes to do a singles tournament, I think the tag team tournament's going to take a very, very long time to do. We've got some great tag teams in that tournament as well, though. Of course, the New Day is going to be in there as well, so we'll see Kofi Kingston again. The Lucha Dragons will be in there again, so Kalisto and Sin Cara will be seen again, and of course Tyson Kidd and Kalisto and Sin Cara, yeah, and also Tyson Kidd and Cesaro will be in there as well. So I got confused that Sin Cara and Cesaro sound so similar there. I don't know why. Tyson Kidd now pulling Sin Cara into the middle of the ring. He's going to go for a pin here, and he does. 1, 2, it's only a 2 count. Tyson Kidd, you see, just taking a couple of seconds to really think about what he needs to do now to finish Sin Cara off. And there's a big high angle backdrop. And you see Tyson Kidd stalking Sin Cara. What's he got planned here, Kid? There's that twisting fisherman's neck breaker. In for the pin. 1, 2. And no, it's only a 2 count. Sin Cara kicks out again. What is it going to take for Tyson Kidd to pick up the victory here this evening? Kidd now throwing Sin Cara into that corner. And now launches him into the opposite corner as well. Follows it up with that running forearm. And Tyson Kidd dominating this match. You must think it can't be too long before he manages to finish Sin Cara off here. There's a boot to the stomach. And these are the sort of things I'm on about. The sort of little problems and glitches there where Tyson Kidd's just walking backwards into the corner for no reason. Not quite sure why the game is doing that, but I'm sure they'll fix it at some point. Sin Cara, they're looking for some sort of butterfly powerbomb, but Tyson Kidd reverses into that clothesline. Now into the pin again. 1, 2. It's still a 2 count. Tyson Kidd cannot believe it. Remember, the winner of this match has to go on to face Xavier Woods, so they really want to get rid of their opponent as soon as possible, not sustain too much damage, because that is the key to these tournaments. If you can get through the first round fairly easily, you take such a massive advantage going forward onwards. And Sin Cara there with that tilt-a-whirl into the armbar. I don't think he's quite got all of it, though. He hasn't. And Tyson Kidd manages to wrestle his arm back. Sin Cara went for some sort of belly-to-belly there, but a rake to the eyes by Tyson Kidd. Now gets caught with a back elbow by Sin Cara. Sin Cara back up on his feet and now into the snapmare. And Sin Cara just trying to slow this match down a little bit, but Tyson Kidd with that punch to the stomach. Now Tyson Kidd with that over-the-top neck breaker. And could that be all here? Kidd doesn't even go for the pin, actually. I thought he might go for the pin in that situation. And here he goes looking now for the sharpshooter. No, it's not. It's almost like a seated sharpshooter. It's the second time we've seen it lock it in this match. Is it going to be enough to make Sin Cara tap out? It's not. As we've said before in this game, people that use submission holds generally don't do very well. We've only seen one submission victory so far, and that was Alberto Del Rio as part of our United States Championship tournament. Sin Cara now taking Tyson Kidd up into a sit-out powerbomb. 1, 2. No, it's only a 2 count. Tyson Kidd kicks out. And Sin Cara continues the assault to the back of Tyson. Now rolls him over. Just ignore that random little screenshot there. Sorry, just plugging my controller in. Great little quesadora over the top there by Sin Cara. Tyson Kidd back up to his feet though. Sin Cara, that right hander now went for the belly to belly again, but Tyson Kidd with that trip taking Sin Cara down. And now Tyson stalking Sin Cara as he makes way back up to his feet. We're going to see this twisting fisherman's neckbreaker again. And there it is. And surely that's going to be enough for Tyson Kidd to go through into the semi-finals here. 1, 2, and 3 it is. Sin Cara has been eliminated, and Tyson Kidd will make his way on to face off against Xavier Woods. But what has it taken out of Tyson? You see he has been busted open, and he looks like he's really struggling for energy. That's not what you want to be feeling when you've got the potential of 2 more matches here this evening. There was a pin there by Tyson. It wasn't enough. It was only for the 2 count. You see Sin Cara here on the top, hitting that lovely moonsault. But again, it wasn't enough to finish Tyson. He actually brought Tyson back up to his feet and looked to continue the assault, which he did with that sort of angle slam style move. But again, that was only for a 2 count. Sin Cara threw his best at Tyson Kidd, and just nothing that he could send Tyson's way was enough to finish Tyson off. This is Tyson trying to slow the match down a little bit. There's a punt to the back of Sin Cara into the pin again, but that was again only a 2 count. And here we see Tyson Kidd just stalking Sin Cara as he makes his way back up to his feet. He hooks him into this fisherman's neckbreaker. There he goes, just twisting Sin Cara, then going in for the pin, and it was far too much for Sin Cara to last another one. And there's the 3 count. Tyson Kidd successful here. Like I said, he's going on to face off against Xavier Woods in our first semi-final later on this evening. In our next 2 matches, we will be decide who's going to be in the second semi-final to fight it out for this Cruiserweight Championship, the belt that we're bringing back to the current day roster in our WWE 2K16 Universe mode. And how much has Tyson still got left in the tank tonight? And here we go with our third first round match of the evening. It will be Heath Slater taking on Neville. And here we go, Heath Slater is getting an actual opportunity in this universe mode to pick up some gold, but he has to get through Neville first. And of course, this match to go through to the semi-finals to face off against the winner of our next match, our final first round match. That'll be Kofi Kingston versus Kalisto. And I have just taken a chunk of time in between recording the last match and this one, because I've just realised there's a bug with 2K16 and you cannot actually create your own championship matches in the universe mode. This was identified on day number 1, I think, release day, but it's not been fixed as yet. Apparently it is going to be fixed. I'm just hoping that 2K gets something released before we start doing our universe mode properly next week. However, I can probably work around it. It's just going to make it a bit more difficult, and it's going to take a bit longer for me to do. But like I said, we can probably work around it for now. It's not going to cause us any major issues with doing our universe mode. We should still be able to start next week and get everything uploaded. But I would love to see 2K get that fixed as soon as possible, because it would make my life a hell of a lot easier. And then I should be able to get some more stuff uploaded for you guys if that gets sorted sooner as well. See, Heath Slater actually in control of Neville at the moment. And sending Neville over the top rope, and Heath Slater doing a very good job here. I say Heath Slater not the man we expect to be involved in championships normally, but I'm giving the opportunity here He does count in this game as a Cruiserweight, which is a great way to get him involved. Plus, he's also going to be involved in the NXT roster as well, just to try and give him a little bit more. He's not going to get a lot of exposure on the current day roster, so let's put him on NXT as well. Might give him an extra few matches here and there. Of course, he's not going to be at the upper echelons of NXT either. He's going to be almost like a fringe person on that roster as well. So he's just someone good to make up the numbers. Jay has come up with a great idea of putting Heath Slater in a tag team alongside Jack Swagger. So that's something we will probably do as well as the All-American One-Man Rock Bands, I think it was called, or something like that. All-American Rock Band, maybe something like that. I don't know, I'll have to have a look again. He did send it through to me. I've got loads of notes on my desk. I'll have to find which one it was for when I start to set my universe mode up in the next few days. I need to get all these title championship tournaments out the way though first. Still got 2 more I've got to record in the current day roster, and I can start moving on. I think I might do NXT next because I do have a lot of the correct wrestlers in there for that already. There's Neville now with that dragon suplex. Into the pin. 1, 2, still only a 2 count. And like I said, Neville is my favourite to win this entire competition, but well, you never know what Heath Slater can pull out of the bag here. But then again, Neville going up to the top rope. He's not going to go for a very, very early red arrow, as he knows it's not. It's a big moonsault though. How much damage has that done to Heath Slater? He pulls Heath Slater into the middle of the ring. And then there's a big punt to the back there by Neville, and of course, the quicker you get through these first round matches, the easier the first round matches are for you, the more energy and the less injuries you'll take into the second round and the final. So it gives you a massive advantage, especially knowing that our next match is Kofi Kingston versus Kalisto. It's not going to be easy for either of those to get through. So Neville knows a quick victory here will do him very, very well. But Heath Slater with the drop kick from the top rope. And Heath Slater showing that he's in this one. He's not just here to make up the numbers. He believes he can go the whole way. We'll have to see if that's true, of course. But Neville with a pin after that shoulder block, and Heath Slater kicks out after 2. As Neville continues the assault on Heath Slater. Bringing Slater back up to his feet now. And there's a Hurricanrana by Neville. I will say I'm very surprised, and thank you guys if you are watching it, but I just realised that my WWE current day roster championship thingamajig, whatever it was, video I uploaded a few hours ago, it's up to nearly 50 views after 4 hours, which is massive for me. I wasn't expecting to get that many views on that video, especially since it is an hour and a half long, so I do want to thank you guys for watching all my content this weekend. I was a bit worried because my 2K15 stuff I was sort of stuck for a bit. I didn't really get many views at all, and I think it's because the game was coming towards an end. As soon as 2K16's come out, I'll be getting a lot more views, and I'm really happy about that. And of course, I will be uploading some Fallout 4 next week as well, trying to get some more release date stuff of that on there for you. And it has helped me grow my channel. I think I've gained about 30 subscribers in the last 2 days as well, which is a big chunk for me as well. It's I say it's a big chunk. It's probably about 1%, but it's still 1% extra. There's Neville there with the forearm, then a springboard dropkick on Heath Slater. And Neville taking a few seconds surveying the situation. Probably needs to continue the assault on Heath Slater. He doesn't want Heath Slater to be able to regain any momentum. Heath Slater back up to his feet, but Neville catches him, takes him up, and sit out powerbomb middle of the ring in for the pin. 1, 2, and oh, so close to a 3 count. Neville was nearly through to the second round. There's a big forearm again by Neville on Heath Slater, now throwing Slater into this corner. Neville up to the middle rope. Springboard uppercut on Heath Slater. And again, Neville really needs to capitalise on this. He brings Heath Slater back up to his feet, and Heath Slater with that arm drag. Heath Slater throwing Neville across the ring, catches him. Well, no, thought Heath Slater was going to catch him with that forearm, but Neville caught him, and there's a reverse Rana. A reverse Hurricanrana. Is that going to be enough to finish Heath Slater off here? Neville brings him into the middle of the ring. Rolls him over. In for the pin. 1, 2. No, it's still only a 2 count. You'd think if Neville had gone for the pin a bit quicker, they might have had a bit more luck there, but he just took quite a long time between hitting that reverse hurricanrana and actually getting Heath Slater into position to go for the pin. Slater now with that Russian leg sweep on Neville. Neville. There's the elbow drop by Heath Slater as well. Now Slater making his way up onto the top row. What's Slater looking for here? Showing he belongs in this Cruiserweight division very slowly up to the top compared to some of the other guys here. And there's an elbow drop by Heath Slater. Showing some Cruiserweight moves of his own. Heath Slater's doing he's putting a very good showing of himself here. I wasn't expecting him to do too well. I thought Neville would absolutely walk through this one, but yeah. Well done to Heath Slater, because he's really putting a good appearance out here. And he may get involved in some of our other competitions here and there, especially maybe the NXT Mid-Card Championship, the NXT Television Championship, which we will be recording in a few days' time. Neville, taking Heath Slater up again. Is it a bit of a sit-out powerbomb? It is. Middle of the ring. Is this going to be enough to finally finish Heath off? 1, 2, and 3. No! I thought that was a free. I was convinced that was a free then. It was a free. I thought it was a free. I'm sure he kicked out, but yeah, the referee's given it. It must have had his shoulders down. Sorry, I'm a bit perplexed here. I was... Yeah, I'm confused now. I thought it was a free originally, then Heath Slater kicked out on the verge of free. But evidently it was it must have been down for the free count. The referee's given it either way, and Neville makes his way through to the second round. Sorry, you can tell I do the commentary as I'm recording this, can't you? Because I'm bloody confused now. I've got no idea what's going on. See some of the highlights. That was a reverse rider from Neville. And you see, he just took far too long to bring Heath Slater into the middle of the ring and actually go for the pinfall. Maybe if he pinned him straight away, he might have got the result. But unfortunately for Neville, it was not a bit too slow. And here we are. This might shed some light on it. In the pin there. 1, 2. He kicked out, but the referee's hand had hit the mat. That's what it was. To me, I thought he kicked out. But the referee's given the free count either way. And Neville makes his way through to the second round of this Cruiserweight Championship tournament here in the current day roster. Great win here for Neville. And let's see if he can take this momentum on to our next match. Of course, he's going to have a difficult match next. It's either going to be Kalisto or Kofi Kingston. And here is our fourth of the first round matches. It will be Kofi Kingston taking on Kalisto. And here we go now. Two of the strongest people probably in this competition. Obviously, Kalisto is probably the most high-flying of all the luchas we have. And Kofi Kingston is probably one of the most experienced of all the guys in this competition. He's the one who's had Intercontinental Championship now on several occasions. And I'll be hoping that can help him here this evening to use his experience to make his way through this tournament as easily as possible. Of course, the winner of this match will have to go on to face Neville in the second round, and that is not going to be easy for anybody. And of course, Neville's going to be highly used in our Universe mode as well. He's going to be in the current day roster, fighting out for the Cruiserweight Championship, for the Intercontinental United States Championship as well, and maybe even involved in the Tag Team Championship. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And of course, he will also be in NXT as a main eventer. And yeah, he's going to be a very fundamental part of several rosters as Adrian Neville. Of course, he's dropped the Adrian now, but either way. Kofi Kingston now just assaulting Kalisto. Kalisto now in the front headlock and then sends Kofi Kingston into the corner. A nice snap suplex by Kalisto. And we've seen Kalisto before in one of our random matches. He took on Neville and he was unsuccessful in that one. So Neville will probably be quite confident going into the next round that he probably can defeat Kalisto. However, Xavier Woods is a different animal. I'm not quite sure what stats Xavier Woods has on this game. I've not actually looked. I will be probably tweaking them as we go into the Universe mode just to level it out to roughly where I want certain people to be on the card. Because I know the game likes to... I've already changed a few. One of the ones I changed straight away was the Big Show. I think the Big Show was at a 90. I'm like, come on, Big Show at a 90. Big Show's at a 90, and you've got people like Dean Ambrose that were 88, I think it was. So, yeah, I dropped the Big Show down to about an 87 straight away. I'm not having the Big Show as a main event, so I'll tell you that for now. Big Show we're probably going to have as part of our Authority stable, as he was originally. We'll probably have Big Show and Kane, along with, obviously, Seth Rollins, and probably Triple H, and Stephanie to start things off with. And then I've got plans to do other things in that stable. But again, I'm not going to give away any spoilers as yet. You'll have to keep an eye on this channel to see what we do with that. Of course, I will be starting to upload the actual Universe weekly shows. I think it'll be next weekend. If I can get all these championship tournaments done, I really haven't taken on board how much work it's going to be involved. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm sure a few of you have, but these matches on 2K16 last a lot longer than the 2K15 counterparts ever did. So it really is making these competitions a lot longer, hence why my WWE Championship tournament, which involved 8 people, lasted an hour and a half. And I think all of the tournaments so far, even the quickest ones I've done, has been over an hour. So it's going to make it interesting. And I hope you guys don't mind with the episodes being so long. I'm going to be uploading episodes every single day. It's going to be very difficult for me to do all the recording, because it used to be, I think our Universe Mode shows, things like Global Force and Ring of Honor, where we had 5 shows on the card, they only used to last about half an hour, 40 minutes at the most. And we are going to up those shows now to 6 matches per card, just to try and help us use more guys on the roster. And I think we're going to struggle to get the shows under an hour long. I think what we might do is in some of the simple matches, we might just boost up the momentum a little bit, just to speed the matches up. And then, of course, for the pay-per-views, we'll make sure that everything runs smoothly. Everything will be on medium momentum, or show all the entrances for pay-per-views and everything as well. So I think the pay-per-views will be sort of put across as a more of a special episode. Kofi Kingston, there's that leg drop. Going in for the pin now on Kalisto. 1, 2. Oh, so close to a 3 count. Kofi nearly made his way through. And so what, Kofi Kingston versus Neville in the next round will be a very, very interesting clash of styles. Both very, very similar in the way they are. There's a kick to the side of the head there by Kalisto. Be a nice high-flying match if Kofi Kingston were to meet Neville. But then again, we've seen Neville versus Kalisto already, and that was a lovely high-flying match as well. So I think no matter what happens in this match, we're promised a great match in the semi-finals. We've already got Tyson Kidd versus Xavier Woods in one semi-final. Of course, I did mention earlier that there's a possibility we could see Xavier Woods versus Kofi Kingston for the Cruiserweight Championship. But of course, there's still a few people in both of their ways to get there. I'm sure that's going to be the New Day's aim, is to dominate this competition. Just like they'll be hoping to do with the tag team tournament as well when we get that uploaded, hopefully tomorrow. I'm trying not to give myself too much work to do. I don't want to burn myself out too early on this game, because there are quite a few bugs. There's a few frustrating little bits and bobs about this game so far, so I'm hoping they're all going to be ironed out pretty soon by 2K. They have promised to fix the bug with the Universe Mode so we can create our own championship matches. At the moment, I think I can work around it for now, but like I say, in the long term, I really would like to have that in there, because it will help me so much just to speed up the whole video creating process. Kalisto in with a pin. It's only a 2 count. Kofi Kingston kicks out. And remember, both of these guys will be looking to try and conserve as much energy as possible and try and avoid getting any injuries as they go forward to face off against Neville in the next round. Neville didn't take too much damage in that last match against Heath Slater, so he's looking in quite a good position at the moment. Kalisto now, there's the neck breaker. Oh, Kalisto lining up Kofi Kingston here. He's looking for it, and he gets it. There's the Salida del Sol, hooks the legs. 1, 2, no, Kofi Kingston kicks out. Kofi with a right hand to the stomach of Kalisto now, launching Kalisto against them far ropes, and catches him with, oh wow, well I didn't know they could do that. The launch up into the SOS. No, and Kalisto kicks out. Wow, what a move that was, though. I didn't realise Kofi's been busted open at some point during this match. I didn't even notice that. But that launch-up finisher by Kofi Kingston was that was awesome. That was just launching him up into that spinning kick. But it was not enough to finish Kalisto off. What will be enough? See, both of these guys now have really taken a lot of damage. I think Neville might be thinking he could easily take either of these two out in the next round. Kalisto sending Kofi into that corner. Lifts him up onto that top turnbuckle. What has Kalisto got planned here? He hooks his legs. And there it is, the German suplex. Kalisto on the top rope now. Can he follow up on that German? There's the big splash into the pin. 1, 2. It's only a 2 count. The referees in this game are so slow to get down and start counting. There was probably a 2 count before the referee even got down. Kofi throwing Kalisto into the corner. Monkey flip out of the corner. Up onto the middle, then the top rope into that crossbody. 1, 2. Oh, again, only a 2 count. Referee this time a lot quicker into position. Kofi now bringing Kalisto up to his feet, but Kalisto catches him with that dragon screw. And now again stalking Kofi Kingston. Is he looking again for another Salida del Sol? He is. There it is. No. Kofi Kingston caught him in that power slam. Kofi reversing the Salida del Sol into a power slam. Kalisto catching Kofi with that forearm now, throwing him into the corner. Can he follow it up? No, he can't, as Kofi catches him with that back elbow. Kalisto hooking the arms and dropping him into a gutbuster. It's been a hell of a match between these two, but I think they may have been taking so much out of each other that whoever goes through is really going to struggle against Neville. Kalisto into the pin. 1, 2. Again, so close to a 3 count, but Kofi Kingston kicks out. Kalisto making his way back up to his feet now. Sending Kofi into that corner. Kofi with that big boot though. Tries to catch Kalisto from behind in a German suplex, but Kalisto with a couple of back elbows fights Kofi off. But Kofi's there again. Hurricanrana by Kofi Kingston. Bringing Kalisto back up to his feet, but Kalisto's back in there with an uppercut. Spins Kofi round. And we saw this again earlier. No, dragon suplex, but didn't bridge into the pin. He probably should have done. If he'd bridged into the pin, he might have been able to pick up the 3 count here. Kofi back up to his feet and catches Kalisto straight away. Kofi went for the Hurricanrana, but there you go. Kalisto drops him face first. Kalisto, what's he got planned here? Springing off that far rope, and there's a big splash. Such a little man to hit a big splash, but it might be effective. No, it wasn't effective enough though to keep Kofi Kingston down. Well, Kalisto ducking the clothesline, and Kofi bounced face first off that far rope. Kalisto stalking Kofi. Straight behind him into a neck breaker. Kalisto pulling Kofi Kingston now into the middle of the ring, and Shining Wizard as well. And surely one of these two guys has got to give soon. Both of them desperate to become our first Cruiserweight champion in this universe mode. And it's still Kofi Kingston kicking out. Kalisto now with that quick roll into the kick. Is that going to be enough? That could knock Kofi Kingston flat out at this point in the match. Rolls him over. 1, 2. And it is finally it. Kalisto defeats Kofi Kingston. And he is going through to face Neville in the second of our semi-finals here this evening. As we see some of the highlights, but the amount of damage that Kalisto has taken during this match and the length of this match, I think he's really going to struggle to defeat Neville, who had a bit of an easier time against Heath Slater, really. See Kalisto fighting Kofi Kingston off there. Then I hope we get to see the Kofi's launch up SOS again. That was awesome. That was launched him right up and span into that kick. This was a pinfall earlier on that was only for a 2 count. I think that might have been a bit too early in the match, maybe. Because I think every time a new highlight comes along, they sort of delete the older ones. Oh, maybe not. There's the boom drop. So we might get to see the launch up spinning kick. That was awesome. Of course, that was only for a 2 count as well earlier on. This was the quick roll into the kick, and I think that's what finished the match off there. Kalisto with a kick to the side of the head of Kofi Kingston in for the pin, and it was the 1, the 2, and that was the 3 count. Kalisto going on to our second round, fighting it out for that WWE Cruiserweight Championship, bringing the belt back to our 2K16 universe mode. And who is going to be our first champion? We have our final 4 names in the brackets, and we'll have a quick look at the brackets right now. And as promised, here are the brackets. It's going to be Xavier Woods versus Tyson Kidd in the first semi-final, taking on Neville and Kalisto. And here are those brackets as promised. It's Xavier Woods versus Tyson Kidd in the first semi-finals, and Neville versus Kalisto in the second of the semi-finals. And here we go with that first semi-final, Xavier Woods versus Tyson Kidd. So here we go. Both these guys suffered difficult matches in the first round, but not as bad as what it could have been. Not as bad as the match we've just seen between Kofi Kingston and Kalisto. I think Kalisto is going to really struggle in his semi-final, but Xavier Woods managed to defeat Tyler Breeze, and of course Tyson Kidd defeated Cara. I think Xavier Woods probably had his match a little bit easier. He was able to beat Tyler Breeze a bit quicker, but only time will tell, I suppose. Both these guys look a little bit tired from their first matches, so it's going to all be down to who has the best stamina, I suppose, really. Tyson Kidd there with a Russian leg sweep on Xavier Woods and going for an early pin. It's only for a 2 count though. I'm still going to say my favourite for this tournament is going to be Neville. I think he should be able to defeat Kalisto easily, because Kalisto had a very difficult first round match. And then if he defeats Kalisto easily, then he should have enough energy to go in and defeat either of these 2 guys in the final. My guess is going to be Tyson Kidd versus Neville in our finals, and Neville to win. But like I said, that's just my guess. I'm commentating on this as it's recording, as you can probably tell by my commentary being so bad. I'm commentating on this as it's recording, so I don't honestly know what's going to happen. I'm just speculating as you are. But of course, we've seen quite a few strange results in these title tournaments already, so there's no reason why we couldn't get some more here this evening. There's no reason why somebody like Xavier Woods couldn't walk away with the Cruiserweight Championship. Either way, with the 4 guys that are left, I'll be happy with any of them walking away with that Cruiserweight Championship. I think if Neville walks away with it, then he might hold it for a very long time. I think he's probably the strongest out of the lot, and I think if he picks up a bit of momentum, he might become undefeatable in this Cruiserweight division. There's not a lot of guys in this Cruiserweight division that are available. Forearm there by Tyson Kidd, now spinning it. Xavier Woods round, throws him into that corner. What's Tyson have planned here? Xavier with that big boot. Now sending Tyson Kidd into that far corner. Xavier going for here. He's going to lock Tyson into the tree of woe. Whoa! And now just pushing his foot against the face of Tyson Kidd. I would like to be able to... So just on a completely random note, I'd like to be able to change the commentary team that are sat there. It can't be difficult to put. I suppose they've only recorded these guys, I suppose. But you've got Joey Styles doing one of the matches in the in the showcase mode. I think you've also got JR and Jerry the King Lawler doing them as well. So I'm sure that in the showcase mode you have got the correct commentators sitting there. And I'd like to be able to get the correct commentators to sit there in this, or even just having an empty table, because when I'm going to record things like Ring of Honor, I don't really want Michael Cole, Jerry the King Lawler and JBL sat there ringside at a Ring of Honor event. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I suppose it's what the game's given us. We can't really change it. Tyson Kidd there with that complete shot into that middle rope, and you see Tyson was busted open a few minutes back. Is that going to affect him at all here this evening? Not too much at the moment though, as he almost picked up a victory there over Xavier Woods. Clubbing blow to the back by Tyson, but Xavier catches him the back elbow. And I think they should go for bringing back a Cruiserweight division in the current day roster in real life, because you have got a lot of people that are classed as Cruiserweights now that are in NXT. For example, on this game, Hideo Itami, Finn Balor, Sami Zayn are all classed as Cruiserweights, as is Tyler Breeze, where he's classed as a Cruiserweight. So there's 4 guys from NXT straight away that fit straight into the division. Like I said, you've already got Tyson Kidd, you've got Xavier Woods, you've got Kofi Kingston, you've got Heath Slater, Bo Dallas, Sin Cara, Kalisto. There's enough people in the WWE to have a Cruiserweight division at the moment. I don't know why. I just don't know why they haven't got one. I don't know why they dropped it. They just seem intent on just getting rid of as many championships as possible. They joined the 2 World Championships up a couple of years. That sort of makes sense, because having 2 World Champions doesn't make sense, I suppose. But we're going to bring it back in our universe mode just so we can use more guys in the main event slots at pay-per-views, really. And again, so close to a 3 count. Tyson Kidd from that elbow drop from the top rope. Xavier Woods with a back elbow. Tyson throwing him into the corner though. Tyson taking Xavier Woods slowly up onto the top turnbuckle. What's he got planned for him here? Tyson joins him up there. And a super backdrop. Very, very big, impactful move there by Tyson Kidd on Xavier Woods. Tyson rolling Xavier over. He's going to go to the top rope once again, is he? Nope, he can't figure out how to climb it. That's another one of the little tiny bugs that I think WWE 2K are fixing. There's quite a few little bugs in this game, which is expected. All games have issues when they first come out, but I think this has got a lot more than normal. But hopefully 2K will be patching it very, very soon to just iron out a few of those little problems. I don't remember there being a lot of bugs in 2K16 when it came out, to tell the honest truth, but I'm sure there probably was. I don't think I played it a huge amount when it first came out. I didn't start doing the universe mode till about February this year, so that really, I probably missed all the main problems. I say I missed all the main problems, I still had a lot of problems in the universe mode anyway, towards the end with the amount of crashes I was getting with the game. Oh, there's the defeat out of nowhere by Xavier Woods. Could this be enough to knock Tyson Kidd out? 1, 2, and it is. Xavier Woods is going on to our finals to face the winner of Kalisto and Neville in our next semi-final, and I'm surprised because I had Tyson Kidd down as one of the favourites for this tournament from the beginning. I also had Tyler Breeze down as one of the favourites for this tournament, and Xavier Woods has knocked them both out so far. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens in our final now here this evening. We've got Neville versus Kalisto. Is going to be taking on the winner. Sorry, Xavier Woods is going to be taking on the winner of Neville versus Kalisto. And like I say, I'm surprised. I never expected Woods to knock out Tyler Breeze. I never expected Woods to knock out Tyson Kidd. And I'm not expecting Woods to defeat either Neville or Kalisto, but the way it's going, I would have to... Well, you can't write him off now, can you? He's picked up 2 scalps already. And he could potentially get a 3rd in the final and start our universe mode with that Cruiserweight Championship. And this is another one of the slight little bugs that I think 2K need to fix. You see the AI likes to sit at the top rope for quite a long time. Not quite sure why. Only a 2 count from that elbow drop. You see Xavier here just bringing Tyson Kidd back up to his feet, twisting the arm, and there it is. Just bringing Tyson Kidd down right onto his boot. In for the pin. And out of nowhere, Xavier Woods sneaks into the final of this Cruiserweight Championship tournament. The New Day could have their first piece of gold by the end of this video. And they've still got the tag team tournament to come. It's going to be very, very interesting, this, isn't it? And here it is, our second semi-final. It's going to be Neville taking on Kalisto for the right to face Xavier Woods in the finals later on this evening for the Cruiserweight Championship here in the current day roster brand of our WWE 2K16 universe. And here we go. My money on this one is going to be on Neville. I think that Kalisto had a very, very difficult first round match. Probably the longest match we've had all evening. He got hit by a couple of very impactful moves by Kofi Kingston as well. He cannot be at 100%. I think Neville had a much easier time in his match against Heath Slater, as Neville already on the top rope and hits Kalisto with that moonsault. And this could be a very, very fast match the way this is going, but obviously Kalisto manages to push Neville away. I'd like to see Neville hit at least one red arrow in this tournament as well. I think he defeated Heath Slater using... why did he defeat Heath Slater? I can't remember now. It's been a while since I recorded that match. Like I say, I did stop recording for about an hour or two as I was doing a bit of research on the internet to try and find out why you could not set up your own championship matches in the universe mode. A little bit annoyed about that. Of course, as I mentioned, 2K have said it is a bug and they are looking to fix it. That was 5 days ago. That was on release day. Hopefully something will be sorted out by the time we start recording our weekly shows next weekend. But if not, like I said, there is a way I can get around it. It's going to be a lot of extra work and extra time for me, but I still should be able to get the same result. And we'll be able to put out some good shows. And hopefully, as soon as they fix it, we'll be able to just change straight back over and do it the proper way, hopefully. Neville now with that scoop slam sit out as well. Hooks the legs of Kalisto. 1, 2. And that is it. As I said, Neville picks up a quick victory over Kalisto. Kalisto had taken a lot of damage in that last match. And I thought it was going to be easy pickings for Neville, and he was. There was just not much that Kalisto could do. He was absolutely knackered and carrying a lot of injuries from that first round against Kofi Kingston. That it was just easy pickings for Neville. But the best thing is for Neville is now he's had a bit of an easier match here, and all the energy he's saved is going to go straight into that match against Xavier Woods for the Cruiserweight Championship, which will be next, of course. It's going to be very interesting, that now. Neville, as I said from the beginning, was my favourite to win this entire competition. I've not got a single one right so far, I will say that. This could be my first, but of course Xavier Woods is hoping to stand in the way of that. Great win here for Neville, looking like he's finally going to pick up some gold in this universe. Where this is the second championship tournament he's been involved in. He will of course be involved in the NXT main event championship as well. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. That will be uploaded in the next few days. I think NXT is going to be the next set of championships I do. There is a link to the playlist in the description below. It might lead you to a dead playlist at the moment because if I haven't uploaded any videos, but they should be uploaded probably. I'd probably say Tuesday morning, maybe Wednesday morning. NXT should be uploaded as well. And here is our final tonight then. It's Xavier Woods versus Neville for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. And here we see the entrances, of course. As I've said before, I will be having all the entrances for pay-per-views, but for normal weekly shows, we probably will skip them just because of the amount of extra time it takes up, especially Finn Balor. I recorded a video the other day with Finn Balor versus Randy Orton at a WrestleMania arena, and I think by the time the entrances are finished, the video was already like 6 or 7 minutes in. So, like I said, we will be skipping the entrances in normal shows. However, as soon as we get to sort of like a pay-per-view, we'll show all the entrances. And of course, I think in title matches as well, we'll probably show all the entrances. Just to try and get the full effect and try and build up the excitement. As we see Xavier Woods in the ring, he's building the excitement himself. He knows that only Neville now stands in his way of taking that Cruiserweight Championship into the WWE 2K16 universe mode. As we see our commentary team at ringside. It's going to be interesting. It's my money again is going to be on Neville in this one. I think Neville had a much easier way through. He had an easier match against Heath Slater. He defeated Kalisto in the matter of a couple of minutes, and now he must be coming into this with quite a lot of energy in the bag. Xavier Woods had a bit more of a difficult time. He defeated Tyler Breeze. He defeated Tyson Kidd. So I think my money's on Neville. It really is. But like I say, I've not got a single one of the tournaments correct so far. So I wouldn't really listen to me too much. I think Neville is also the guy that Jace thought was going to win as well. I sent him through a picture of the brackets before this match started, and he sent a message back straight away saying that he thought it was going to be Neville. And I think it does suit Neville perfectly. I think if they did do a Cruiserweight Championship in the WWE at the moment, they would have to give it to Neville straight away. He is the man that just personifies the Cruiserweight division. And there is the belt that they're fighting for. Exciting times. The referee holds that belt high. Who is going to be crowned our first ever Cruiserweight champion in the 2K16 universe mode for the current day roster? We'll find out now. The bell rings and we are underway. And it's Xavier Woods who takes the early advantage with this headlock. Just slowing the pace of the match down. Of course, like I said, Neville's probably coming into this match with a lot more energy than Xavier Woods is, so it's pretty important for Xavier Woods to sorry, I've just it just popped up on my screen. It completely distracted me there for a second. Yeah, it's really going to be easier for Neville to come out on top of this match. Xavier Woods has been through probably 2 more difficult matches. So, shooting star press by Adrian Neville straight into the pin. Could this be an early win here? 1, 2. Oh, so close to a 3 count. Yeah, Xavier Woods is really wanting to slow down Neville as much as he can. He wants to have the match at a slower pace just so he can probably keep up with Neville. Xavier Woods has probably put out a lot more energy in this tournament as Neville has. And Neville's already been so close there to picking up a victory after that shooting star press. Xavier Woods going for a pin of his own though. 1, 2, and Neville kicks out as well. Xavier staring down at Neville, trying to think of what he's going to need to do. He spins Neville round and throws him into the corner. Woods now taking Neville up onto the top turnbuckle, looking for something high impact here maybe. He joins him up there. Super backdrop by Xavier Woods on Neville. Woods does a lot of damage to his own back, but nowhere near as much as what damage he's done to Neville. Woods rolls him over. 1, 2. Oh, Neville kicks out again. Xavier Woods not quite sure what else he needs to do. Neville catches Woods into that German suplex. Rolls him back over. Oh, Neville looking maybe to finish things off here. No, to go for a moonsault. Decided not to go for that red arrow as of yet. And he's not going to need to because that moonsault was enough. We have crowned our first ever Cruiserweight champion here in the Universe mode. And finally, I have been correct. I think it was pretty obvious from the offset of this match that Neville had just had much easier time to get here. This is that shooting star press, and I like the way he had to rotate in the air. That was perfect, that was. Of course, that was very, very close to a 3 count anyway. Xavier Woods trying to get back into this match at this point. And you see him with that hip toss into a neck breaker. Great little move that was. Went in for the pin, but that was not enough to pick up the 3 count for Woods. And you see Woods here again, looking for a bit more high impact. And he got it as well. This super backdrop, you see how far and high Neville drops from. But again, that was not enough to keep the man from Newcastle down. And here you see the big finish. I thought Neville was going to go for a red arrow, but decided against it. Went for a moonsault instead, but it wasn't still enough. It's a bit disappointing that Neville was to go through 3 matches here this evening and become the Cruiserweight champion. And we didn't get to see a single red arrow. It's a bit disappointing. But there you see Neville holding that championship belt high. He is starting the Universe mode as our first WWE Cruiserweight champion. We've got 2 more champions to crown. We'll be crowning a women's champion and tag team champions very, very soon. Keep an eye on this channel for those videos. And here we see the final brackets. Confirmation there that Neville defeated Heath Slater, Kalisto and Xavier Woods to be crowned the first ever WWE Cruiserweight champion here on our 2K16 Universe mode on the current day roster. Anyway guys, that is the end of this video. Hope you've all enjoyed it. It's been another long one, I'm afraid. Of course, make sure to slap that like button, not just for the video, but also for Neville being the Cruiserweight champion. It's absolutely perfect to start a Universe mode. As I've said, he is the guy that personifies that championship division. Of course, if you're not already, then be sure to subscribe as well. I will be uploading a lot more 2K16 footage. We'll be uploading daily Universe mode content as of next weekend. And of course, I'll also be uploading parts of the career mode and showcase, everything like that, as well as our random matches as well. I've been Xavier Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.